to the Gransberry Chronicles Weekly Pick'em 2023. It's week 15, and I'm your girl, the Gransberry, the Stadium Queen, as B Pat likes to say, the Really Ridge T. I'm joined with my boy D Jones on the left, who is definitely in the Really Ridge Club. And then I got my boy Coach B Pat, big sexy entanglement master, Mr. B Pat. What's up?
What's up, Willis T?
I'm trying to stay calm in these streets. It's the holidays. Some exciting news. My nephew is playing for state this weekend. Looks like he's trying to go. Well, they're not. Looks like he's trying to go for back-to-back. They made it back. And you know, South Oak Cliff is attempting a three-peat this weekend as well. And you know, just a brief moment when you think about all the details. I'll say right now, shout out to all the teams that are playing this weekend. But we know, as the name up top, the Gransberry is going to focus on what she wants to focus on. And just for a second, I just want to acknowledge, you know, even like honestly, like Duncanville and North Shore, those teams of the such, that it's a hard feat to make it back again, you know, back to back. And if you think about it, even within a 3 to 5 year span, because for the most part, your players are changing drastically every year for high school football. And to be able to get a collective unit together year in and year out or over a period of time to compete for the greatest prize at high school level is just an appreciation in itself. And so just shout out to those schools and teams doing what they can to even get to play this weekend or this week, because state started today. The 1A teams actually started their competition today. And, you know, it was a battle this weekend. It was great. It was a good time. All those fascinating things. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's a whiteout. But, you know, I also am looking forward to week 15 in the NFL after we wrap up a few things for week 14. You know, funny thing is, there were quite a few losses by teams that most predicted to win. And it was just one of those weeks when it came to football. And it's like D. Jones says, and most people agree and say too, any given Sunday, it was well on display, especially Monday night. Monday's night games put everybody in their seats toward the end. Right. And D. Jones, I'm sorry you on the other end of it.
Man, I had a crappy football week.
Man, we always talk about momentum shifts and changes. And it's crazy because I obviously was watching the Dolphins-Titans game more than I was the Giants-Green Bay game, because there were more implications for us in the AFC game. But I could tell the momentum has shifted. First, the air was kind of let out when Tyreek left the game, but the momentum definitely shifted. And you could feel the incredible Hulk feeling like we about to get big in here by the Titans when they said, we're going for 2 right now. We're not going to wait to see if we get this final score and then go for 2 for the win. We're going to do it now so that monkey is on your back to know if you let us score again, it's a wrap. And, you know, as a football fan, not that I wanted it to be the Titans. I don't even care how many games apart we are. Not that I would ever want it to be a team in my division. No. But I love it as a football fan because it said, we manning up right now. Johnny on the spot.
And I thought they was going to lose that game when the old dude fumbled the ball, 33 fumbled the ball on that punt. Why did you try to field that? But, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
D. Jones, you had something to say or no?
Nah. I was watching the other game, so you know.
If you don't know, D. Jones is a Green Bay fan, so he was glued definitely to the other game. I didn't even want to text him anymore after that. I was like,
that was crazy.
Yeah, I
And
was
guess
like,
what? We were having a conversation about something totally unrelated to the game. And then I was like, oh, your team's playing. And then when I saw they lost, I didn't even follow up on the conversation. I just held it to the next day. And he was so kind, like, hey, is what I gave you good? And I was like, oh, we talking again. Let me talk to him.
we ain't never stopped talking.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a safe space.
Yeah, it was safe. It was safe, man. It was safe.
I think the only thing that got lost in the fun of it from the game for me for the AFC game was the fact that they did a wheelbarrow race for a touchdown celebration.
Man, that was funny.
And it loses just a tad bit of momentum when you lose
Yeah,
because it kind of goes to the wayside. But I still love it. I still love it.
it count. It still count.
So, D. Jones, why don't you get those games out the way for us that we don't really have too much to say about this week? Oh, and like I said, too, week 14, due to the Cowboys win over the Eagles, 49ers have already closed the gap on a few things. One, their division, so they're in the playoffs, and they're the number 1 seed in the NFC. So down the stretch it goes. All right, D. Jones.
All right, so here's to get them out the ways this week. Gransberry, me and you on the same page. Coach taking chances this week. So we all picked Vegas over the Chargers, Cincinnati over Minnesota. Coach picked Pittsburgh over Indy. Coach is solo dolo picking Denver over Detroit. We all picked
Because they got beat by Chicago. So I think
that's a division rivalry. But go ahead, D. Jones.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and they lost 2 in a row, so they're gonna be looking to get back on track. Anyway, Cleveland. We all picked Cleveland over Chicago. We all picked Kansas City over New England, Atlanta over Carolina, and Green Bay to beat Tampa Bay. Also, Miami over the Jets. Coach is solo again, picking the Giants over New Orleans, and then we all picked the Rams over Washington, San Francisco to beat Arizona. Those will get them out the ways. Let's get at these 4 that we want to talk about.
So you saying that the Giants have a guy and they're going to get another win? A guy. Is that what you're saying, Coach Pat? You riding the high?
I'm riding the high, actually, because, I didn't think he was going to come back. That game was amazing, but I'm just going with the Giants with that one because I don't know if I can trust New Orleans.
Okay, that's fair.
You trust the Giants on the road?
You trust the Giants to consist because
in New Orleans.
Because I would say the defense played a good part about it too, and that's probably why when you picked against the Colts, I probably wouldn't have because they got a solid defense. They playing some good defensive ball at this point, and that's pretty much how they got back in the game this week.
Absolutely.
But let's get into the games we're gonna cover today. And so, first up, well, you know what? Pause. Before we get into those games, I want to talk about the homework assignment from over the weekend and last week's show. And basically, I said, give me your top 3 receivers right now, thus far this season. And if you could add any player to your team, who would it be? And it doesn't matter if they're on another team. It's just who would you like to add?
You said 3.
3 players?
Because you said
right, because I was thinking 1
offense, defense, special teams.
Correct. And I mean, your special teams person might be the same. So if you only pick 2, that's fine.
Well,
so
we don't know.
Okay. So I would like to have Sauce Gardner. And I'm gonna go a little bit.
We're gonna do all these at the same time, or you gonna do one topic now and one later?
One now, one later.
So what are we doing now? The wish list, Christmas wish list? Okay.
Our Christmas wish list would be Sauce Gardner, Myles Garrett, and I would go get D-Hop back. That would be
you kept them all current. Okay, I love
it. Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a nostalgia there to pick someone from the past, but I really was like, okay, you know what? At least if I pick current, your mind immediately thinks about their game right now, and it kind of just brings something
Yeah.
forward. But like I said, it's whatever you want. So, Coach Pat, you ready, or you want me to start with D Jones?
Start with D Jones.
He's
Okay.
scared. He's scared. So look,
I
I
ain't scared. I just
so I kind of I did 2/3 from the
Okay.
pass, but I kind of flipped it a little bit. I used the rules to my advantage. Defense wise, I picked Fred Warner.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Play middle linebacker. Offense wise, I went Barry Sanders because he can run behind any line no matter what. Special teams, I kind of double dipped. I went prime time because
And
I
see,
can
you
use
can, because
because I
I
can
double
use them.
dip
I
too.
can use them.
Oh, that's a
I
good
can use
one.
them on both. I can use them
That's
on
a good
special
one.
teams and on defense. So that's me and offense. So prime all three. So that's my three.
Okay. Because in fairness, I didn't really pick a special teams unless we go.
Yeah. You would pick prime too. So
Correct.
you say that.
I said it. Yes, I would.
mm,
All right,
yeah.
coach, you up.
Special teams, I picked Devin Hester or Deion Sanders. Because both
No,
of
you
them were
ain't do no
dynamic.
You can't
ors.
do an
You ain't do no
or.
Okay,
ors. You got
okay.
three wishes.
Since
Man,
y'all
we
said
get the school
Deion,
teacher on here
oh,
and he
wait,
still
okay.
can't follow
Since
rules.
y'all go, whatever. Since y'all said Deion, I'm gonna go with Devin Hester. Devin Hester should be a Hall of Famer. Is a special teamer. Um, basically, uh, for my defensive player, I went D line with Reggie White.
I was
Um,
teetering on that.
he was one of my favorite D linemen with that aspect of it. Offensively, I did one like pass current, and then I did one like real pass. So the pass current, I said Foster because I did Aaron Foster the way he did because the system to the running back. But then with that aspect, I chose Randy Moss as my wide receiver. As my offensive.
Okay. You gonna get him mossed? I just want
Moss.
y'all to know, coach is a coach, a referee, and a teacher, and he still can't follow rules. So just know that the people you entrust your children to sometimes don't
We
don't
actually
do right
appreciate you
either.
5.
I, I,
Okay, then we got Pat checking in too. Hey, Gonzalez. Pat said give him Foster.
Barry.
Give him
Say
Barry
Barry
Foster.
Foster.
I like that. He said, I'm gonna take me
yeah,
some
We're
Sanders
gonna
and some
miss
Aaron and throw them in the washing machine and put them
smash up.
together. Okay,
I
then.
I wasn't even thinking about the Barry Sanders part. Then when D Jones said it, I was like, I mean, because Barry was special. I don't
You
care
put
what
him behind
anybody
any
says.
line, dude. It don't matter what your line looks like.
It was special.
So
All
Special.
right. So that's the first question. We'll pull up the second one later. All right. On to game one. Now I really didn't have an order for the games, as y'all saw how I sent them in the messages. But
yeah.
I ironically for me, I know it's still the ankle, but I feel like the game of the week is actually Ravens Jags for me because right now they are the two consistently winning teams right now with all cylinders go as far as the AFC goes. I understand the Bills and Dallas are playing each other, but the Bills are still climbing up. And right now, if we're talking about positions and actual playoff positions at this point, it's Ravens and Jags. And this game could be crucial between those two with how their seeding, shakes down too. So I'm looking forward to that game. I know the Jags are at home. I know Lawrence has a little ankle. I think it'll be tight, but I actually think that the Ravens can go into Jacksonville and pick up the win. So I'm going with the Ravens. D Jones, tell me how you see it.
So I'm going with the Ravens as well. My main thing is I think they've just like kind of what you've already kind of hinted at. They've been the most consistent team to me in the AFC. Even when they've had dips, it's been within a game that they've already been up or that they still were playing well in that game. They just kind of let it go. So the Jags haven't been playing very well the last couple of weeks. Now they may be looking for some home cooking. But what I saw from them last week against Cleveland, they look a little bit hurt. Not just not at quarterback. Trevor didn't even look that bad moving around on that ankle. But I think missing Kurt, I think losing Kurt for pretty much the rest of the regular season is really impacting them. And I think with the way Baltimore runs the ball and they're playing a high level of defense, I think Baltimore wins this on the road. What you say, Coach?
I agree. Baltimore Ravens win this one. For basically the same aspects you had said. I thought Lawrence was missing Kirk a lot more than I thought he was going to miss Kirk. The second, and then on top of that, that ankle, he was running. I think the Baltimore pass rush is going to have him think twice about running
Clowning.
around and have the ankle.
Mm-hmm.
No, get him.
Go get him.
So I guess that's a pretty easy one. I think this next one's pretty easy too. We got the Eagles versus Seahawks. Both birds coming off a loss this past weekend. Both divisional losses at that. But I still think even with a hip hop scratch, long flight, meaning they hobbling, not like a hip hop like 50th anniversary of hip hop. Meaning like a bird with a injured wing. I still think that the Eagles could find a win over Seattle. I think I'm a trust. They both been turnover machines lately, but I'm a trust Jalen over Geno. Sorry. So D Jones.
Well, I mean, is Geno gonna play? Is the question, right?
That's true. That too.
I think I'm with you. I'm the Eagles kind of in the same situation as Jacksonville. They've had two rough games, 2 weeks in a row, but I think Philly will probably turn this thing around and get things together. So I'm gonna go with Philly on this. I don't really have an in-depth insight. I just think Philly is the better team, so I expect them to pull out this game. So what you say, Coach?
You done drunk your magic potion. You ready to tell us, Brandon?
Eagles are going to win their cross country. I'm picking Philly on this one. Same thing, better quarterback, better team. Eagles.
All right. Now, anything that I'm going to say now will be held against me, but I don't really care. Dallas versus the Bills. I understand they've had a great last 2 weeks. I know everybody's still riding with them. I picked them last week. I had a good time saying I didn't pick them on the show, but I did pick them, and that's why I'm still in first place in the pick them. I just had to throw that little salt out there, like I'm in real first place. And I know my boy Will hates being in second to me right now because we keep going back and forth over first, second, whatever. But it is what it is. I honestly today still may go with the Bills, and you'd be surprised. Nationally, it's only about a plus or minus 5% right now on how people are picking that game. That doesn't mean that I'm discounting anything about Dallas's defense, and that I definitely think Dak is playing great football. But other than like, we don't know what Josh will show up every week. You don't, right? I think that they're about the same quarterback. It's just sometimes Josh could play a little better if he wasn't turning over the ball. And I really only mean that probably like about like this much difference. I'm not saying there's like it's like a 1A, 1B for me. And I just think the edge might be them being at home, not so much that Dallas can't beat them. If it was at home, I would have just hands down picked Dallas. I think I'm still edgy because it's on the road. And there's always a little shake off on the road with Dallas. That's still not consistently there yet. Close, but not there. Pat.
I'm surprisingly going to go with the Dallas Cowboys in this one. Just think they're going to try to rob the high against Philly. The game plan they had against Philly was to basically turn them over. those fumbles that Philly had. They were basically strips. I think they're going to have a nice little game plan uh, for Josh Allen. So from the aspect of doing that, and I think Dallas is going to try to prove that, hey, we're not just beating the so-called bad teams and Philly on our schedule. So I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys with the road win in the cold weather. And man, that kicker, he might kick a 60-yarder again in the win. I don't know. So, but I'm gonna go with Dallas in this
T.
one.
Jones, I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 second before you go.
No, you good.
And
Good.
What I do?
Miss Kemp, if you still watching, you said show the rankings. I want you to tell me what rankings you want to see. You trying to see if I'm really in first place, or you want to see the rankings? I just give you a second to catch up, because one thing I don't do is spread false rumors. So I just want to make sure we clear on that. Gransberry keeps it grand 100. Okay,
You do
T.
spread.
Jones.
You do, and you do spread false rumors when it comes to the pick'em.
How do I spread false rumors?
Because you say you in first place even when you're not in first place.
No, but I always clarify it too. I say I'm in first place because I'm the lady
words.
in first place.
Words around.
I keep my words clear though. It's clear what I said though.
And false. So yeah, I'm picking on this one. I'm picking based on the defensive play, and I'm gonna go with the Cowboys defense traveling and the Cowboys winning this game. Definitely, I can see Buffalo winning this. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to pick this based on defense. I think Cowboys got the better defense, playing better defense, and I think in the end they will make more plays than the Buffalo defense.
I mean, like I said, I really can't disagree much. I'm picking more weather and who said what I said. Thank you, Miss Kemp. Thank you. I like it too. I like it like that, because whenever I'm not truly in first place, I always say, but I'm still in first place because I'm in first place for the women, or I say I'm in first place with my co-host. But on today, December 13th, 2023, I am numero uno, whatever list you want. The lady, the co-host, the host, and the pick'em. It's all me. And I got room to give too. Now, not with the person I'm that's in second, but with my co-host.
Oh yeah.
They gonna need a few more wins, and I'm gonna need a whole bunch of losses.
You got a nice little gap.
Yeah. And it's crazy because really the gap really came the week before, because a lot of us picked the same this week. And so nobody really made ground but Starstruck. Whoever Starstruck is, they made ground because they picked a few opposites. But last week is where I really made my ground at on the teams. Just for whatever reason, I just felt like that's who I thought would win. And it actually just worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah. I had a really good week last week. And that kind of but I think even with that good week, the person in second, he's still picking right with me. We always pick maybe one game different, but it's actually the one game. I never in life sound like that guy. I don't even say that guy's name. I don't mince words with that at all. No, sir. You can let it go.
We're
gonna let that go. We're not even putting it on the screen. We're gonna leave that there. Miss Kemp, yes, keep holding for that 50. But I'm gonna tell you from firsthand experience, that 50 is more like 32.
It ain't no real 50.
Because the air is dense up there. When I say dense, ooh-wee. And it's
crazy
ooh.
up there.
I just relive that moment all over again.
I got a chill and got wet. All of it the same. It's just like, is it raining at the
same time?
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah. I feel like it will. She's talking about it could be 32 and that would be 12. But
yeah,
yes.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true.
But yes, I do think I do think in a sense of game of the week, I get why people, say Dallas versus the Bills. I like I said, I think it's a 1A, 1B when it comes to that. It's just that I was looking more so at just, it's
Impact of it.
like the impact of the game. Because this past week, other than divisional rivalry, other than we always look forward to that particular matchup in the NFC East, it also was going to shift all the standings in that one game from at the top. So this week, I'm saying it from the same, standpoint of the shift. Both teams, battling on the same side. Like definitely the Bills need a win. I'm cool if they don't, but we ourselves needed a win. And of course, we kept our game last just because there's a lot of moving parts. One, I'm just glad to have our kicker back. A kicker will be back. And sorrows, prayers to the kicker we released on his day off.
What's his name, Gransberry?
Sorrow, prayers. He played like an armadillo. So even though I know that's not his name,
That's close enough. Shout out.
He won us a game in Cincinnati, though.
I'm sorry?
He did win us a game.
He won us a game in Cincinnati, though.
And you know what? It's not even that. It's not even that. It's really more so that we were already in trouble the day we signed him when we knew he couldn't kick over 50.
That's true.
And so he struggled. When I shouldn't say could, but struggles. And when you're in a tight game, when before the ball reached the kicker that you're not getting the kick, that's just a bad place to be in.
It's that crossbar. Mm-hmm.
So
we knew that was going.
Okay, so I'm moving on from that, but Smokey got let go.
It's Craig.
Craig. Oh, my bad.
Craig got fired on his day off.
And I'm smoking one because I never know movie scenes or lyrics to songs. If you want me to participate in anything that involves quoting lines, you're losing.
We're gonna do that.
Now I'll tell you what I can quote. I can quote a damn liar. I can tell you who lied to me and what they lied about. On what day they lied, what they was wearing if they was in front of me. But I can't tell you anything about a movie or a song lyric. So always know I am rambling on those quotes. I never quote that as definite. But if you lie, I can tell you who lied to me in 1982, 92, 02, and 22. Okay?
Okay.
And I don't let it go. You can say that for your Bible and your church on Sunday. But me, I ain't letting it go. Because it ain't no reason for you to lie. Now, with that in mind, let's pick, because we still ain't picked on this game. It looks like we're going to be on Mills. It looks like it don't look like they are. The Titans are preparing to wear their Oilers jersey because they love to rub it in our face that they still wear those jerseys. And I haven't seen Gentry in a while, but I'm calling you out tonight. And I'm just going to say this to all of my Houston fans who are still fans of the team in Nashville. To me, you're like the girl that, she dumped the dude and you start saying, well, I still want to be with you. So I'm going to follow you around wherever you at in hopes that you take me back. And then if you don't, I'm just going to take whatever you give me. She done changed her number. She done changed her colors. She done changed her clothes. And you still there trying about, baby, but I love you. I want you. That's how y'all look running behind that team that left us, didn't want us, chose a new name and logo, but still trying to hold in the top drawer the other ring from the other spouse. But you go ahead and do that. And you enjoy that moment. It wasn't no love. It's no love. It's no love, Will. It's none. But that's just what I want y'all to know. And be glad in round one. For right now, we don't have our stunner. But that's
not given yet. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
But
see.
I just want you to know that's how I feel, regardless of who under center. And I'm going to ride with it. And just because I'm going to ride with it and I got the room to take it, I'm going to ride with Mills. I think he done had enough cereal. If he got to go out there, he'll get it done. And if not, I'm going to ride with CJ to get it done. I feel like what I saw from the Titans on Monday night was more of a letdown by the Dolphins and a breakdown in what they had available on offense, more so than them being the better team. So I'm with my team, and that's what it's going to be. D. Jones.
I am with you 1,000%. And I want to say, I have to look it up while Coach doing his picks, but I want to say Davis Mills has beaten Tennessee in Tennessee.
Exactly. That's why I said I'm not stressing if it's him.
Yeah, I don't think Davis Mills is not a starter, but I think Davis Mills he's played enough to be able to win a game or two. And I think this will be the game that he can win. Tennessee is not the Tennessee that they've been. What this game is going to really depend on is us stopping Derrick Henry and not giving him another 200-yard game. So that's the one thing that I think, as long as we do that, and I think this defense is much better against the run than we've been over the years. Hop does kind of scare me if we're not able to get any type of pass rush going, but I think this game is going to hinge on our defense, and I think our defense will come through this week.
Well, fun fact, because you were not watching most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So the pass rush is what led to Will throwing the ball more to Hop. He was under pressure, and it would just be like boom, 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 throw. And so,
I mean, I saw a couple of plays, and I saw his highlights, and I'm like, Hop
and ironically, you know, this put back that matchup with Ramsey and Hop from back in the day. Yeah. And he literally would have to run almost dang near come across field. And the reason he would be able to get it is because if you coming across, well, you know, he can throw it outside. So Ramsey ain't have a shot at stopping it. Or for some reason, every time they got to the red zone, he was left wide open in the end zone. His touchdown passes and the conversion passes were just straight up. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that. And we so used to seeing him in a contested catch and just know he has magic hands. Most of his catches were not even about. Now he did have some nice ones.
I saw that one.
Yeah, he had the one that was beautiful. But other than that, like I said, it was just a good to see them on the matchup again. But it was under pressure. Ironic. Even that catch came from him being under pressure and getting it downfield.
Yeah, just chunking it up.
Yeah. I just think for right now, the worst I've seen our defense play all year was last week. Because even
that's the one thing that worries me. That's the one aspect, because, you know, even today, the press conference, or was it today, where they asked D'Amico about why you giving up so many career games to the lesser known quarterbacks per se. And the way D'Amico answered it, you could tell his facial expression changed a little bit, like, hey, that can't happen. You know, that won't happen, or that can't happen, you know. And the fact that Zach Wilson did get the player of the week for the AFC should piss, or should make the defense a little bit more upset in, you know, taking on the challenge. So going with that, I'm going with the Texans with that. You know, like D. Jones said, Mills can get you a win, you know, but the defense is probably going to try to take the challenge, say, hey, we don't have our quarterback. And we got embarrassed last week by, you know, Zach Wilson. So I'm going to go with that.
And I'm going to circle back and say that it was Oville Walker's fault that I said Smokey, because he had put that in the comments, and I latched on to that too fast. So he lost his black card before I lost mine. And I'm going to stand on that. Not on business, but I'm standing on it.
10 toes down.
Whew. Praise the Lord. Anyway, we got our second
Feel
question.
better? That make you feel better?
Huh?
You was like, woo. Like it was
Yeah, I'm
a
relieved because that's what happened. Now, back to the second question, your top 3 receivers. D. Jones, you get to go last since
All right.
Coach B. Pat tried to ride off you and figure out his 3 players because he didn't do his homework. And I want you to know
I did do.
me, because I'm a good instructor, I reminded everyone about their homework.
About they homework.
I'm sorry?
About they homework.
Yeah. I reminded
Their
you.
homework.
You.
Their homework.
I don't give a damn. Now you want to be the grammar corrector? Did you not read my post today? If you know what I said, you correct me quietly. Don't correct me because you've been wrong all day. Don't be loud with me right now.
Correct me
They,
after.
there are, the,
Thou.
shall not. Try me.
The top 3 wide receivers, in no order or in order, I would take Hill, of course. I like Justin Jefferson. I picked that, and then CeeDee Lamb is having a great season. I can't, even though I don't cheer anything Dallas.
Even though.
Yeah,
See, that's why you should be quiet. I just want to prove to you when you try me, I'm gonna get you.
I'll go with those are the 3 that I'm going with for so far as of right now. December 13th, 2023. In your words.
Okay.
So,
Gonzalez said he was going with. Look, he been trying to get his boy in here from the Chargers all show.
Yes.
So,
also.
So you got Puka, Hill, and Lamb. Okay. Because I didn't think this would happen. I gotta stop reading no Bill's comments while I'm trying to talk.
Yeah. You got my girl choking over there. It's always Oville.
Doe, a deer, female. Doe. Or Doe Ray me.
Who your 3?
Okay, anyway. Woo, I'm picking Hill. And like I said, I had picked this even though we had the injury. I'm still keeping Tank in there in my 3. I understand he out for the rest of the season, but based on thus far, I would have had Tank in there.
Oh wow!
And
that's surprising.
Yeah, and then I'm going with Lamb as well. I would say Lamb. Ooh. D. Jones.
So I did the assumption that Hill will be 1, so I did 3 after Hill. So
because Hill so far, okay, I like that because I like that.
Because I think even when you said it last week, you said I think Hill probably 1. So I did have Hill on my list, but I went 4 just in case this would happen. So mine would be AJ Brown, and despite his quarterback situation, Devontae Adams and Keenan Allen is having a good year. So those are my 3. If I had to pick 3 right now, those would be my 3.
And ironically, that would be my little team home bias because I knew he lost his quarterback.
Yeah.
Because what's the name is now gone for the season. I didn't want to pick anybody for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Because of that. But I didn't do it with Tank. Like I eliminated if that was the case.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I also didn't pick Devontae. And it's not because they're not still getting the numbers right, because he's still doing what he can do. You can only do what you can do. But if I was to take out Hill, I definitely, would say AJ Brown too, when you look at it that way. I gave my spot to Tank. That's all.
There's nothing wrong
That's
with that.
Me.
Nothing wrong
That's
with
me
that.
in my small bias.
I started to pick a rookie just in case, but I think I would have been with Gonzalez and picked Puka before Tank. Just the homer in me say Tank. But if I look at the overall production all year, I would probably give him a nod.
And the only reason why, like I said, I bumped him over him is that,
Yeah.
and he's getting those numbers with a rookie quarterback. Tank was.
Oh yeah.
Which is usually hard.
They both shining. We're shining.
Yeah.
Right.
Great rookie.
Because usually you get a new quarterback that gets the benefit of a great receiver already in place, or you get a seasoned quarterback with a great rookie receiver.
Really great, yes.
Yeah.
All right, Big E said Keenan, and see, that's the only reason why I left Keenan off. That's my only reason I left Keenan off. So I can see that.
Keenan been eating.
Yeah, I can see that with Hubert. And then lamb chops and cheetah. Look, you need to come up with a animal name for Keenan so you could have had the trifecta going. But I don't know. I it's funny because I want to go back to, is it Gonzalez? Did you say you picked Puka too or no?
No, I said I thought about him. That was just Gonzalez picked him.
Okay. Because I feel like he's made a significant difference for them, considering they've had so many changes.
He came from nowhere. I mean, when Cup was hurt early, you didn't know who was going to be filling in or picking up those reps. And
when I was watching the Rams games, it was just kind of out of the blue, and it's almost like I think that, and I was answering my questions talking about why I didn't pick anybody from the Chargers. But in reality, I should have been talking more about, I still kept overlooking the fact that I wasn't picking anybody from the Rams just because they aren't the team that's shining right now in the division, or that we talk much about, because usually our talk is always still driven by the quarterback. If you think about it, when we talk about Seattle, we start with Geno, right? Other than the teams that are winning. And then if we talk about a team losing, we're saying they're getting bad quarterback play. I can't really say that they're getting bad quarterback play. They're just in a tough spot right now, right? Because if they can be having bad quarterback play, because Puka's, doing an amazing job. He's just not who I picked. But if I had picked maybe 6, I probably would have had him in there. Jude said he tried to come up with an animal for Keenan, but it just didn't work. Yeah. That's fair, Gonzalez. I would say that he showed up and showed out.
Cooper, like Cooper.
Like Coop. Yeah. Cup did.
Even when Cooper came back, he was still the guy.
He was still balling.
I think Cooper Kupp didn't have a good game until last week.
Well, I mean, like I said, they just been kind of under the radar. It hasn't been too much.
Yeah, their team haven't been playing that great, but
yeah. So as we get ready to close out, just that constant reminder that my nephew's playing for state again this weekend. And I know the Houston teams, North Shore and Summer Creek, I wish you safe travels to Dallas. And I definitely want to see some, good, clean games this weekend and free of injury and things of that nature. And hopefully, I'll get to make some exciting announcements next week and we'll move on from there. But other than that, Coach B. Pat, did you have anything else you want to say tonight? And otherwise, we're going to be getting out of here.
No, not really. So
I caught you off guard. Was you over there watching Real Housewives of Atlanta?
No, I was looking at the list to see if we did everything. So, anyways,
we did them all.
Good night, Jude.
Follow me at Coach B Pat at Twitter and Instagram.
D Jones. I don't know what that was just now. Like, it was so disconnected. I feel like you over there chatting on Tinder or something.
I was looking at looking at my list.
Yeah. You was looking at your list to check behind me?
No, I wouldn't.
Because I already told you what games we was going over.
I know.
I believe you, Gonzalez. He over there doing some entanglements because
Always
he talking about he checking his list
Entanglements. I was
to
checking it
doing
see if
twice.
we went
entanglements.
over everything.
Checking his list, checking it twice.
When I already said what games we were going
Trying to
over.
see what chick
I
naughty
see
or
you, D.
nice.
Jones.
He trying to see who naughty and nice. That's what he's trying to figure out.
Oh, that's right. Christmas coming up
Uh,
soon. You got to figure out
which
who you
one?
buying
Which
them
one?
holiday gifts
Which
for,
one?
huh?
Which one we got? PVT or Woolery's Tea tonight?
He trying to deflect. He trying to deflect. Get
I
at
ain't
your boy on
deflecting
Twitter,
nothing.
TikTok, that boy D Jones, on Instagram, that boy D. Jones. Holla at your
Ovell, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Well,
Ovell.
I keep it simple. I'm at the Gransberry on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well, and Twitter. Now I'm having a good fun time with the late night question. And it's not the type of late night question that Brandon would do, but it's definitely a good time. It's and fun questions, nothing crazy. So whether you single, married, or in Brandon style entanglement, you are free to answer the question nightly when it's posted. I love to see your feedback and your comments. It could be from sports, food, teams, movies, whatever. So just, join in to find a moment. If your day been stressful, you've been teaching bad kids, you've been lying to your significant other, just release all that and come over and answer a fun question. And no mayo or bananas. Okay?
Bananas.
Excuse me?
Bananas disgusting.
Oh, as long as you know. Peace.